So, whether we're standing or sitting, we always need to focus on our good posture. So start with your feet together for me. Turn your toes out into a tentative position and then bring your heels in line with your toes. Excellent. And then I just want you to have a little feel there. Are we evenly spread out on those feet? Have we got connection through the big toe, the little toe, as well as the heel? Are our feet rolling in? Are they rolling out? Just have a little feel there for me and just make sure that you've got that nice neutral stance in those feet and nicely grounded as well. Can we bounce our knees? Okay, so nice little gentle bounces, nothing horrific. All right. But making sure that we're not locking those knees out so we have got some movement there. All right. From here, let's just do a couple of pelvic tilts. So pushing our bottom back, tilting our pelvis forward, and then bringing it in the opposite direction. So tucking your tailbone in, pushing your hips forward and squeeze. So we're just going to the extremes here. Just loosening off those hips, pelvis area. Excellent. And then come halfway in between, and that's what we know as our neutral spine. Roll your shoulders all the way up to your ears, all the way down the back. Really exaggerate the movement, and again, one more time, all the way up to the ears, all the way down the back. Now, hopefully your arms are hanging nicely down by the side. Now, if they're not, take your hands out to the side, opening up the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're just activating those back muscles. Sometimes when we're working from a desk too much or working from home, we can become a little bit round-shouldered and we just need to activate those muscles again, okay? Making sure we are looking straight ahead, we are going to just slightly tuck that chin, and ideally you want your ear directly over your shoulder. Excellent. So that's our good posture, whether we are sitting or we are standing. You want that nice tall spine, okay? Imagine that rod going from the floor all the way through, coming out the top of your head. Take your hands onto your chest, fingertips together. We're going to take a breath in. And as we inhale, notice how the fingertips come away and the ribs come out to the side. Keep the shoulders relaxing down. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Excellent. Okay. And then just relax there. From here, we're going to do our core engagement. So sometimes it's nice just to have your hands over your tummy button, just so you've got that connection. All right. So we're going to take a breath in. Exhale, now pull that tummy button in without affecting your posture. So we're not crunching forward or anything, we're just imagine we've got a magnet on our spine and a magnet on our tummy button. And we're holding that in at 100%. And then let it go. Excellent. Take a breath in. Exhale, this time bring it into 50%. Wonderful. Hold it. Again, just be aware of it. How does it feel for you? And then let it go. One more time, take a breath in. Exhale, put it into 30% this time. Now, this 30% connection is a connection we should be able to maintain throughout the session. If at any point, as usual, you do lose that core connection, take a breath in. And then exhale and reset and start again. Okay, now standing next to your chair, we're just going to do a little bit of mobility. So we're going to, and a bit of balance, so you can, as I say, sit down for this. Lift one foot up off the floor, we're going to do some ankle rotations. Nice and gentle, and then change direction. And you might get a few clicks and pops, it's quite normal, as long as it's not painful. And then flex and point the foot. Excellent, bringing it back, switching side, making sure as well at all times on our standing leg we're not locking that knee out. All right, so we're just rotating. This leg's still soft but strong. Change direction. And then flex and point. Wonderful, and then bringing it back down. So reset that stance with the feet. We're just going to jog the knees forward, peeling the heels up off the floor, keeping the hips nice and square to the front. So imagine you've got headlights. We're not twisting or anything like that. It is literally the knee pushing forward, nice and controlled. Excellent. One more. Making sure you're nice and even, and then give your legs a nice little shake out if needs be. We're going to come into our balance now, okay? So again, reset that posture. Make sure your core is switched on and make sure you've got some support for you. Take a breath in. Level 1, you're just going to have your toe in contact with the leg out in front of you so you're off steady. So you're off balance, I should say. Level 2, you can just pull it up slightly up off the floor. And level 3, see if you can get it knee height with your hips, all right? Again, ensure that core is switched on before we move. And then use your assistance, if needs be, to help maintain that balance. If you've got good balance, you could always go hands-free as well. But listen to your body. We all have good days and off days. You might have been able to go hands-free last week, but this week you're a bit, it's all normal. Bringing it down, switching sides. Again, it's the same on the other side. You may find your balance is better on one side than the other. It's just something to be aware of. And then on the other side, it's the weaker side, you need to just work a little bit more on. Just breathe. And bring it back down. Excellent, okay. We're going to take the leg out to the side. This time, either, again, same toe in contact, level 2, ever so slightly up, and level 3, you can lift it up and go hands-free as well if that feels comfortable for you. And just breathe. Don't let this go. Keep this knee soft but strong. And then bringing it back in. We're going to switch sides. Okay, so set yourself up first, toe in connection, and then lift to the level that feels comfortable for you. That's it, nice and strong. Keep those shoulders relaxed and down. All right, don't want to be putting any tension in our neck. And then bringing it back. And again, if needs be, just give those legs a nice little shake out. We're going to take a step back. So again, you're still standing off balance. If your balance does need width, this might be the level for you. We're going to tip forward from the hip if we're moving up a level. Lift the foot up and just lift it as high as feels comfortable for you. The further you tip forward, the more you're using this leg to balance on, okay? So, just breathe, focus, find a point to look at and use your support if you need to. Bringing it back, standing nice and strong, reset. Step back, find your level, and then go with it. Excellent. Now you'll notice straight away, if they're not, you need to get that mind-body connection. Especially in this position, get your bum fired up, okay? If these muscles aren't firing up, you're going to be putting pressure on your lower back, or possibly your hips, your knees, and your ankles, which we don't want. Excellent, and come back. Okay. So, is our balance improving? Hopefully it is, especially if you're doing week on week. Okay, so we're just going to go into some heel taps now. So nice and gently, slowly shifting your weight from side to side. Keeping that posture nice and tall, core switched on, using your breath. Slight tap forward, so it's not a big step. All right, you're not shifting the entirety of your weight into that front foot, but a little bit, probably about 50%. Just push back through that front heel. That's it, nice and controlled. Take your time. Okay, we're going to switch now. We're going to do toe taps to the front. Nice and controlled again. These can be done in a seated position as well if it feels comfortable, more comfortable for you to do that. Okay, because then you're still actually using the muscles of the legs. You're still getting the blood flowing around. Nice and controlled. on each side, always ensuring that you are nice and even. All right. And now we're just going to do a nice little step back. So tap back, nice and controlled. Take it easy. Take your time. Remember, you are shifting the weight backwards and forwards. Squeezing your bottom as you do so. Get these muscles working. All right, we're going to go one more on each side. Always ensure that you're nice and even. And then bringing it back. So we're going to face our chair or our bench, whichever feels comfortable. We're going to reset that posture. To get that grounding through the feet, you don't want to be more than hip width apart. Okay, soften those knees, reset that posture. Check your pelvic tilt if you need to. Take a breath in. And exhale, we're going to come up onto our toes. Inhale to lower. Exhale up. Inhale lower. Now don't worry if you can't get very high up in these calf raises, okay? Again, listen to your body. We don't want to be getting cramp or anything like that. If you do feel like you're going to get cramp, please stop and just try and loosen it off. Okay, if you have got a chair, please grab one. Alright, hope you've got one to hand. We're going to sit nice and tall in our chair now. And we're just going to sit nice and tall, pause and engage, and we're going to just do some alternating leg extensions. Now we take our time with these, alright? We're not just throwing the leg up, we're using the muscles, we're contracting the muscles of the front of the thigh, nice and controlled. So just squeeze the muscles up, bring that leg up as high as feels comfortable for you. Okay, again, try not locking out that leg. Taking your time with it. Okay, let's do one more on each side. As usual, ensuring that we're even. Now, if you're comfortable doing a squat, please go ahead and just do basic squats. But for those who may be not feeling so comfortable, we're going to do a chair squat. So from here, again, making sure your feet are hip width apart. You're going to take a breath in. Now, try not to use your hands if you can help it. Push through the heels, slowly coming up to a stand, squeezing the bottom. Inhale, slowly lower yourself down, and then again, pushing through those heels to come up. All right? So if you have your arms out in front of you, it can help you stop, because otherwise what we tend to do is this, and then it affects our posture. So keeping that spine nice and tall, really pushing through the heels. If this is too much though, please go back to the previous exercise and continue with the leg extensions. Okay, let's go two more. Down we go. Pushing through those heels. Last one. Excellent. Come up. Well done. All right. So we're just going to do some little stretching for the lower body now. So we're going to take our right foot back and making sure that your heel is pushing into the floor. If you can't get your heel down, shorten your stance, and if your toes are turned out, okay, have a look down and your both feet pointing forwards. Again, shorten your stance until they're both up. And then just lean forwards now, pushing that back heel away from you, just so you're getting that nice stretch down that back of that lower leg. Just enjoy that stretch, especially if we've been out doing lots of walking. Our calves can take quite the brunt here. And if you are the type that wears like walking hard-soled shoes on pavement, that can actually really intensify the calf muscles. So we're going to switch sides and create them tighter. Okay? So just remember that. Switch sides, pushing through that heel. Check both feet are pointing forwards for me. Okay. And you may notice one side's tighter than the other. This side is tighter for me. I'm very much aware of it. Always has been. And I just tend to hold the stretches a little bit longer. And slowly come up. Okay, so we've worked the front of the thighs today. So if you can, grab your foot. If not, grab your trousers. Or you can always grab yourself a nice little tea towel, wrap it around your ankle, and then use that to bring your foot up. So making sure the hips are square, facing your support. You want your knees together and just pull that up towards you, okay? Nice and controlled. And then you can deepen that stretch of the tea towel and just see if you can just push those hip flexors forward a little bit. All right. And then bring it down. And then switch sides. So again, just take the tea towel around the leg, around the ankle. You can use a belt or set of oven gloves, anything like that, anything that can just loop. And again, just try and pull that tea towel up towards you, whatever you're using, and then bringing that heel up. If that's only, of course, if you can't just grab it yourself. Just a little bit of tip there. And we're going to relax and bring that down. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to move into our upper body work. So again, all of this stuff can be done seated in the chair if you need to. All right. But if you can manage doing it standing, then please do so. Reset that posture. Reset those feet. Soften the knees. Okay, we're just going to take the arms up. All right. And into shoulder height. And then from here, so switch that core on. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to bring those shoulder blades together. All right, at the back. Relax forwards. Bring the shoulder blades together at the back. And relax. And this is going to help with our posture, especially in our upper back. So really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Now, we're not really moving the arms. The shoulder blades in the upper back are doing the work. So as we squeeze together, they're naturally bringing the arms back. Excellent. Let's go 2 more. And then just float those arms down. Okay, we're going to go into shoulder rolls now. So you can make these shoulder rolls as big as possible, as much as you want to, as long as you're getting a good movement. So you can either have your arms down by your side and just rolling those shoulders up, down the back, round to the front, up towards the ears, and then down the back. Really try and exaggerate the movement here. Okay, or you can bring your hands up and really draw some nice big circles with those elbows. Bring it all the way up and all the way down. Nice and controlled. Take your time with it. Give them a chance to get into position. Okay, let's go 2 more. Last one. And bringing it down and relax the arms. We're going to go into some side bends. We're going to work the side waist here, all right? So the work is as we come back up and we're controlling the movement, okay? So arms down by the side, nice tall posture. Keep those shoulders down on both sides. Take a breath in. Exhale and just slide this hand down the side of your leg. Inhale, squeezing as we go. Exhale over. So you'll get a stretch on this side. But then as we come back up, really crunch it in to bring you up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Nice and controlled. Again, these can still be done in a seated position. Alright, you just use going down the side of the chair rather than the side of the leg. Just nicely take your time with it all. No point in rushing, that's when injuries or accidents happen. Just take your time, give the muscles a chance to work. So as you pull yourself up, I really want you to pull that core in. Alright, so imagine you're being pulled in and up at the same time. Okay, let's go one more on each side. Always ensuring that we are even and then relax from there. So the last exercise we're going to do is our torso twist. So if you do struggle with one and you tend to find that you get movement in the hips when we should be locked squared forward, all right, try it sitting down. That way when you're sitting in your seat, you'll notice your bottom or your hips shift more than you do when you're standing. So take your hands together, put your thumb onto your chest and your fingertips in connection with your toes. Now this makes sure that we move it in one place, all right? So it may look a bit silly, but it means that your head and your upper body are going to move at the same place at the same time. We're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we are just rotating the upper body. So my hips are staying square to the front, and it's a small movement, all right? So you're basically just going to the outside of your toe. Inhale. If you're sitting down, exhale round. What you'll notice is you're just going past the knee on the side that you're doing. Inhale. Exhale. Now the tighter you are in the upper back, the less range of motion you will have. Alright, and this is why we need to do some rotation here. It is something that can only happen in the upper spine, but it is important that we do it. Inhale, exhale. If it helps, close your eyes because then you can get that little bit better with your mind-body connection. Last one. Always ensure you're even. Bring your arms down and take a breath. Well done. Right, we're going to do our upper body stretches now. So we're going to take our right arm across and we're going to stretch out those shoulders. Now making sure that when we're pulling this arm across to deepen that stretch, we're not pulling on the elbow joint. If you want to deepen that stretch, just look towards the shoulder you're stretching out. Breathe through it, so in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bringing it back, switching sides. Nice and controlled. And then again, if you want to deepen that stretch, just reaching around. Okay, either overlap your hands or interlink your fingers, making that nice little semicircle. And we're just going to round the upper back, stretch those shoulder blades away from each other, taking a breath in and exhale. With every exhale, we're just going to try and deepen that stretch. So keep that breath flowing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take your hands behind you, squeeze those elbows towards each other, lifting that chest. If you want to deepen that stretch, you can interlink your hands behind and lift the arms up. Just again, whichever one feels like it's doing a good stretch for you. If you're getting enough from the first one, then that's fair enough. Alright, so we're going to come just down into our seated position just for a little mind-body scan. Alright, so you don't have to sit so tall this time. Just sit up but relax back into the chair. Have your feet nicely grounded onto the floor, just directly underneath your knees. Just place your hands where it feels comfortable, and we're just going to close our eyes. And we're just going to take in 3 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. Wonderful. And just before we open our eyes, we're just going to do a nice little scan of our body. So today we're going to work our way from our toes. So if you just give them a little wiggle, everything feeling all right there? Have a little feel of the feet. Maybe the ankles. Do we need to rotate the ankles? Flex and point the feet. Can we feel how the calves, the lower legs are feeling? Anything? Bring it up towards the knees. Can we give the muscles of the thighs, front, back and bottom? We just give them a nice little squeeze, have a think what's going on there, and relax. Taking a nice deep breath in. Exhale, pull that core tummy muscle in. How does that feel? And then let it go. And then just start with the fingers, the hands, rotating the wrists, both directions, arms, elbows. We float those arms up, maybe overhead, just take them as far as feels comfortable for you, bringing them back down. Give us a little bit of a shoulder roll. How are the muscles of the back feeling? Is there any niggles in the lower back, mid-back, upper back? Anything going on in the neck? And then up to the head, anything going on the face? How does that all feel? No issues there, no headaches, nothing like that. And just give yourself that nice little scan. And just make a mental note of what's going on and if there's anything, that you could do about it. And then just slowly open your eyes. Bringing your awareness back into the room. Excellent work today, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed the session.